Good morning and welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. Glad you are here today. Stay tuned. I'm going to tell you how to get everything you want in life. You may be surprised of how you go about doing that. But first, like and subscribe. Do it now or you will forget. I watch videos all the time and I like them, and unless they tell me to do it, and if I don't do it then, I forget. And it's really, you just reach up there and click that button and it helps with the algorithm or whatever the hell that is. So people in YouTube know that these videos are valuable and they're helping people. So here we go. How do you get everything you want? I was reading something this morning in a book by Thomas Troward. He was a guy who lived back in 1902, I think he wrote the book. Okay, and what caught my eye was this, along with a lot of things, I underlined things in books, important points that strike me at the time. I suggest you read. That is one way to get everything you want. You need to exercise your brain. Your brain is a muscle, and it doesn't get exercised by watching TV or porn. Oh, maybe porn, huh? No, stay away from porn. It's addictive. Sitcoms, scrolling through social media, these things do not exercise your brain. Reading books, listening to audiobooks, listening to speakers with content that helps you become more focused on your goals and dreams. You do have goals and dreams, right? And you have them written down. If not, do it. Do it now. You can come back to this later. But this thing I read this morning, this sentence, it said, let me see. The good shepherd gives his life for the sheep. Yeah, I'm not a religious guy, okay? That comes out of the Bible. Jesus supposedly said that. But it's a good one because the good shepherd, who is the good shepherd? Well, I'm being a good shepherd right now because I'm giving you my time. Now, my time is my life. All you have is a certain amount of time here on this earth. And whatever you give away, you're never going to get it back. But when you give it away to help other people learn, to grow, to have a better life, then you too become the good shepherd. And the good shepherd invariably receives back much, much more than he gives out. So how does that help you? Whatever you want in life, give it away. Do you realize that the Jewish people practice religiously tithing 10%? And the Jewish people, I think, have more money than maybe any other culture in the world. I'm not sure about that, but I know they're one of the richest cultures there are. They practice these laws, and that's one of them they practice religiously, is to give 10% of what they have come in back. Now, what does that do? You say, well, Mark, I've only got 10 bucks. I can't give $1. I don't have enough money to give. When my ship comes in, I'll give. When I win the lottery, I'll give. And like I said, if you can't give 10 cents out of $1 now, or $1 out of 10, or 10 out of 100, I'll guarantee you if you get that 100 grand or $1 million, you're not going to give 100,000. You have to start where you are. You have $1, give 10 cents. In the spirit of giving, just give knowing that it's going to come back to you. But don't expect it back from the person you give it to. That's where people make a mistake. I give and nothing ever comes back to me. That's because you're expecting, almost demanding it back from the person you're giving. And let's say, honestly, you have no money to give. Well, let's back up to what I said. The good shepherd gives his time, his life. Your time is your life. When your time's up, it doesn't matter how much money you have, how many lands you own, how many jets you have, cars, motorcycles, whatever. You can't buy any more time. You may be able to get a little better medical care, but in reality, when your number's up, you're out of here. Just like me, all of us. We're all born, we all die. You can't escape that, at least in this physical body. I believe we may come back for another round, but that's just my belief. Not really sure how it works. And until we've been there, we really don't know. We just have to have a little faith or belief that it's better. Think about everything in your life. How many times has something happened or something you were afraid of that you went ahead and did it and it worked out good? Many things turn out better than what we could ever expect. If you're living by these universal laws of giving and receiving, your hand also has to be open to receive. It's funny how some people, and I struggled with this myself, easy for me to give, but when someone offers me something, oh no, it's okay, thanks, but yeah, I'm denying the giver the opportunity to receive back multiplied. So, but let's say you don't have money to give. You can give your time, as I said. You have knowledge, you have experience. Even if you're 18 years old, you have life experiences that you can share with other people. Sometimes the greatest tragedies in your life are the greatest gifts you have to offer to other people. And by sharing these tragedies with other people and how you came through it and became stronger and better as a person on the other side, you help this person to travel the dubious, dangerous path of life, which it is sometimes. We all need a guide. We all need to pass on what we've learned. Because when you're young, you have no life experience. Guys like me, I'm 61, I'll be 62 this year. I've been blessed with a lot of wonderful, exciting experiences. Think about this. If you went to a movie and the main character, everything went perfect for him, no tragedy, no danger, no adventure, you would probably walk out during half of the movie. It's the same way with life. I look back on my life and I have had some wonderful adventures. Some were very discouraging, disheartening, frightening, dangerous. I wasn't sure if I was going to get through them. Sometimes I wondered if I was going to live. I've been held at gunpoint. I've been shot at. I've been in fights with knives and on and on and on, okay? But I'm still here. And what a wonderful story they make. Of course, when you're in the middle of these things, you don't think, oh, this is going to make a great story. Maybe some people do. I didn't. I'm just thinking, am I going to make it through this? Or actually, I was just thinking, how can I get through this? Or what do I need to do, if anything? When the guys had the guns pointed at me, when they robbed me in Guatemala, I didn't do anything. I just gave them my money, but I didn't give them my passport or the keys to my house. So I was thinking, okay? And they were afraid. The guns were shaking in their hands. They were so nervous. For me, I didn't have time to get nervous because it happened so quickly. But that was just one thing that happened to me, of many. But I have many experiences that I can share with people and help them. So when they get in certain situations, they can know what to do and then take action on that knowledge. And you too have things you can give away. Let's say you work in a factory. Maybe you've been there for 5 or 10 years. Maybe you don't like your job, but you have experience there dealing with people. Maybe you have a jerk boss and you've learned how to tolerate him, how to deal with him, how to minimize the anguish that maybe he was putting on you when you first met him, when you first started to work there. You can share that with someone else who's in a similar situation because they don't know how to deal with a certain person in their life. And by doing this, it helps you as much, if not more, than it helps them. So whatever you want in life, give it away. Maybe you have your own business. There are many people out there who want to start their own business. They have no idea how. They're afraid, just as you were, and maybe I was. It's been so long. I don't remember when I started my business. When I started the YouTube channel 2 years ago, I was a little nervous because I knew nothing about it. It's kind of fearful when you start making videos. You don't know what you're doing. Anything we start new there's some fear there, and we have to step through it. You can help other people to step through their fear because you've been there. And look, you're still alive. So all these things you have, these experiences, you can give away. But many people grow up thinking, as I did, whatever you want in life, you got to go out there and get it. You got to go out there and make the grind. You got to make it happen. Well, that is one way to do it. But if you look at the most successful people in the world, you'll find out that they provided something for people. a service, a product, and they help a lot of people. They're not out there like the old-time bosses hundreds of years ago, treating their employees like slaves. They're helping their employees have a better life. What people don't realize, as a business owner, you are in the position of a servant. You are serving the client, and you are serving your employees. You're giving your employees a job, a way to make a living, to feed their families, to feed themselves. You're giving your clients products or services that they need. So as a person in the middle, you're actually giving. You're giving away to the clients, you're giving away to the employees, and thus you get blessed doubly, or you prosper doubly. And that's the way it works. It's not about getting from your employees. It's not about getting from your clients. It's about giving to each of those. And you being in the middle, double your abundance, let's say. But you have to have the spirit or the thought or the attitude of giving and not getting. There are many people out there in my business. I've heard of some that are very dishonest. How do I say it? They're not fair with their clients. Now, they may prosper for a while, but eventually it will eat them up inside. The one I'm thinking about now has a very bad alcohol problem and other addictions also, because we can't live with these things because he has the mind of taking. Whatever you take from someone in life will be taken from you. Remember that. Whatever you give to someone in life will be given back to you. And these things are taken from you and given back to you in a multiplication form of what you give or take from other people, which means they're multiplied, taken more. Takes more from you, gives more back to you. I'm not sure how that works, but you know, if you plant a seed of corn in the ground, it doesn't just come up in a stalk with one seed. There are many seeds. The same way when you plant things in life, when you do things to people in life, or when you do things for people in life. These all come back to you multiplied, not just in the one aspect that you gave or took from that other person. We have many sayings about this, but it's amazing how people don't pay attention to it. This is a universal law. Whatever you give to someone will come back to you. Whatever you take from someone will be taken from you. The reason people don't pay any attention to this is because it doesn't happen immediately in the, let's say, manifest world, in your outer world. But it does affect you immediately when you do it. But it takes time, so they don't connect the two things. By the time someone does something to them underhandedly, they only blame the person. They don't look back on their own life and think, have I ever done this to someone else? Or have I ever given to someone else like this person's given to me? As I said, it works both ways. What do they call it? Karma. I think the Eastern religions call it karma. The Christian religion calls it you reap what you sow. In the world, we say what goes around comes around. And there are other sayings, I'm sure, about these universal laws. But people ignore them until they have the day of judgment, let's say, when things come back to them, either for good or for bad. But it does work like magic. You just have to give it time and you have to believe it. I've practiced this in my life, and I actually reaped the consequences of taking from people when I was younger. I didn't steal things, so to speak, but I took people's peace of mind, and I used people. It was always about what they can do for me, what I can get out of a person. Excuse me, but that's the way all the people I hung around with lived too, because that's all we knew. When you know better, you do better. So I'm here to tell you that things do work differently than what maybe you've been taught. We don't understand how these laws work, but we don't understand gravity, or at least I don't. I don't understand how a man and a woman can be together and form a person. I don't understand how all that works either. So, but it does. I don't understand. I can see the wind blowing outside. No, I can't see the wind. I can see the effects of the wind. But I trust that there is wind because I see the effects. I see the consequences or the results of the wind. So these things we don't necessarily have to understand. We just know that they work. Someone's taking their trash can back in the house and it makes a lot of noise, if you can hear that there. All right, so I hope this has been of value to you. Share it with a friend if you think it will help them. And if you'd like to donate, hit the PayPal button and give whatever you think the value of this video is. Thanks for joining me, and thank you to my 1,360 subscribers. We got a couple more the other day. Thanks for joining us. I hope that we can help each other and to grow and to learn. So take care.